Reese stared at the embossed invitation in his hand, the gold lettering mocking him under the harsh light of his New York apartment. "Join us for the wedding of Mark Thompson and Emily Hart." It read, but he knew the subtext. "Come, little brother, so we can parade your shame in front of our perfect world." His heart pounded as memories flooded back. Mark's sneers during family dinners, the way he'd outed Reese to their parents years ago, turning a vulnerable confession into ammunition for control. Why now? Reese thought, crumpling the edge of the card. After all these years of radio silence, why invite the black sheep to the CEO's fairy tale wedding? He paced the small living room, his mind racing through the possibilities. It had to be a setup. Mark, the golden child, running a tech empire in Silicon Valley, always needed to assert dominance. Inviting Reese wasn't about reconciliation. It was about reminding him of his place. The gay brother who'd disgraced the family name. But what if I don't go alone? The idea hit him like a freight train. Jordan, his partner of 2 years, the one person who'd seen through Reese's walls and stayed. Bringing him would flip the script, but at what cost? Exposing Jordan to that toxic circus could shatter everything they'd built in secret. Reese sank onto the couch, his thoughts swirling in a storm of doubt. I've hidden us for so long, protecting him from the judgment. Dad's Bible-thumping lectures, Mom's tearful pleas for normalcy. They drilled into him that love like his was a flaw to be fixed. Mark had amplified it, using Reese's orientation as leverage in every argument, every inheritance discussion. If I show up with Jordan, it's war. But staying away means letting them win, pretending I don't exist. His chest tightened, a familiar ache of isolation gripping him. He remembered the night he came out at 18, the family table erupting in chaos. Mark had laughed first, then twisted it. See? That's why you'll never amount to anything. Now, at 28, Reese had clawed his way to a stable job as a graphic designer, but the scars remained. Jordan deserved better than being a secret. Maybe this wedding is my chance to stop hiding. The next morning, Reese called Jordan at work. "Hey, babe, you free tonight? We need to talk." His voice trembled slightly, betraying the turmoil inside. Jordan, ever perceptive, sensed it immediately. "Everything okay? You sound off." Reese hesitated, staring at the invitation on his kitchen counter. Do I drag him into this? Jordan had his own battles. Growing up in a conservative Midwest town, he'd faced bullying that left him guarded. Their relationship was a sanctuary, built on quiet evenings and shared dreams, away from prying eyes. But secrets fester, Reese reminded himself. If I don't face this, it'll eat me alive. That evening, over takeout Thai, Reese laid it out. My brother's getting married. He invited me. Jordan's fork paused midair. The brother who? Reese nodded. Yeah, the one who made my life hell. I think it's a trap. Jordan set down his food, his brown eyes searching Reese's face. Then don't go. Why put yourself through that? Reese leaned forward, his internal conflict boiling over. Because if I don't, I'm admitting defeat. Because part of me still craves their approval, even though I know it's poison. I want to go, he said aloud. But not alone. Come with me? Jordan's expression shifted from concern to shock. As your date? In front of your family? Reese nodded, his heart racing. This could break us, or make us unbreakable. Jordan didn't answer right away. He stood and paced, much like Reese had the night before. Reese, I love you, but your family, they've hurt you so much. What if they turn on me too? The words stung, echoing Reese's deepest fears. He's right. I'm selfish for asking. But then Jordan stopped, turning back with a determined look. Screw it. If we're doing this, we're doing it together. No more hiding. Relief washed over Reese, mixed with terror. This decision felt like stepping off a cliff, exhilarating and deadly. As they embraced, Reese's mind whispered warnings. Mark won't let this slide. He'll strike back harder. Preparations began in earnest. Reese booked flights to California, his stomach in knots with every click. Emails from Mark trickled in, laced with false warmth. Can't wait to see you. Bro, bring a +1 if you want. The sarcasm was palpable, even in text. He knows I'm single or thinks I am. The thought fueled Reese's resolve, but doubt crept in during quiet moments. What if Jordan regrets this? What if I can't protect him from the fallout? Nights were sleepless, filled with scenarios of rejection and humiliation. Yet, beneath it all, a spark of defiance grew. For once, I'm choosing my truth over their lies. As the wedding date approached, Reese's anxiety peaked. He confided in a close friend, Sarah, over coffee. Am I crazy for doing this? She shook her head. No, you're brave. But be ready, they might not change. Her words lingered, amplifying his inner turmoil. Brave or reckless? The line blurred. Jordan noticed, pulling him close one night. We're in this, whatever happens. Reese nodded, but inside, the storm raged. This isn't just about us. It's about proving I'm not broken. But at what price? The day before departure, Reese's phone buzzed with a call from his mother. Reese, honey, are you really coming? Mark said you might. Her voice was tentative, laced with unspoken judgments. Yes, Mom. And I'm bringing someone. Silence stretched. A friend? She asked hopefully. My partner, he corrected, his voice steady despite the pounding heart. His name is Jordan. More silence. Oh, well, we'll see you there. The call ended, leaving Reese reeling. She's disappointed. Again. But for the first time, the pain felt like fuel, not defeat. Boarding the plane, Reese gripped Jordan's hand. No turning back now. Jordan squeezed back. Good. Let's shake things up. As the engines roared, Reese's thoughts raced ahead to the confrontation. Mark, with his perfect life, wouldn't see this coming. But would it heal or destroy? The uncertainty clawed at him, setting the stage for the drama to unfold. The California sun beat down on the sprawling vineyard estate where Mark's wedding was set, but Reese felt a chill as their rental car pulled up. Valets in crisp uniforms eyed them curiously, and Reese's grip on the steering wheel tightened. This place screams privilege, Mark's world, where people like me are footnotes. Jordan placed a hand on his thigh. Breathe. We've got this. Reese nodded, but his mind screamed otherwise. What if they laugh? What if they pretend we're not there? The invitation had been a gauntlet. Showing up with Jordan was throwing it back. They checked into the hotel suite Mark had generously booked. Another power play, Reese thought bitterly. Unpacking, Jordan tried lightening the mood. Fancy digs. Your brother's compensating for something. Reese forced a laugh, but inside, resentment simmered. Mark's success had always overshadowed him. Turning family dynamics into a competition Reese could never win. Being gay was just the excuse. The real crime was not fitting the mold. As they dressed for the rehearsal dinner, Reese stared at his reflection. You look good together. But will they see that or just the sin? The dinner was in a private room at a high-end restaurant, fairy lights twinkling like false promises. Mark spotted them first, his CEO smile faltering for a split second. Reese, you made it. He approached, Emily in tow, her diamond ring catching the light. And this is? Jordan, Reese said firmly, linking arms. My boyfriend. Mark's eyes narrowed, but he recovered with a chuckle. Boyfriend? Well, that's new. Welcome. The word dripped with condescension, igniting Reese's fury. He's already plotting. Emily offered a polite hug, but her eyes darted away. The family table awaited, Dad with his stern gaze, Mom fidgeting with her napkin. Seating was awkward. Reese and Jordan were placed at the end, like afterthoughts. Conversations flowed around investments and honeymoons, pointedly avoiding them. Dad finally broke the ice. So Reese still designing those graphics? The tone implied failure. Yes, Dad. It's going well. Jordan jumped in. He's talented. His work's been featured in major campaigns. Dad grunted, changing the subject. Mom leaned over. Jordan, what do you do? Her politeness masked discomfort. I'm a teacher, he replied. High school English. She nodded, but Reese saw the judgment. Another man. This isn't right. As toasts began, Mark stood. To family, those who support us, and those we hope will come around. His eyes locked on Reese, the subtext clear. You're the one who needs to change. Reese's blood boiled. He's humiliating me already, in front of everyone. Jordan whispered, ignore it. But ignoring felt like surrender. Later, in the bathroom, Reese splashed water on his face. Why did I come? To prove a point? Or because I still want their love? The mirror reflected a man torn between defiance and desperation. Back at the table, tensions escalated. An uncle, lubricated by wine, joked loudly. Reese brought a friend. Huh? Times are changing. Laughter rippled, but it stung like barbs. Jordan's hand under the table steadied him, but Reese's mind raced. They're reducing us to a punchline. Mark watched with satisfaction, confirming Reese's suspicions. This was the plan, invite the freak show for entertainment. The night ended with Mark pulling Reese aside. Glad you came, bro. But tone it down tomorrow, yeah? It's my day. Reese's jaw clenched. Tone what down? Being myself. Mark smirked. You know what I mean. Don't make a scene. The words echoed years of control, Mark dictating terms, from childhood allowances to adult exclusions. Reese walked away seething. He's threatened. Good. In their room, Jordan held him. That was rough. Reese broke down, tears flowing. I hate that they still get to me. Jordan's voice was soft. Because you care. But you don't need their approval. Reese nodded, but doubt lingered. Caring makes me weak. Or does it make me human? Sleep came fitfully, dreams of rejection haunting him. Wedding day dawned bright, amplifying Reese's nerves. The ceremony was outdoors. Rows of white chairs facing a floral arch, guests milled about. Business associates, old family friends. Reese and Jordan took seats in the back, but Mom approached. Sit up front with us.
Surprise flickered.
Is this progress? Or pity? They moved, but Dad's stiff posture said otherwise. As vows were exchanged, Reese watched Mark, poised, triumphant. Emily looked radiant, but Reese wondered if she knew the real him. The kiss sealed it, applause erupting. At the reception, dancing began. Jordan pulled Reese onto the floor. Let's show them. They swayed, drawing stares. Whispers followed. Mark's brother. With a man. Reese's heart hammered. This is exposure. Vulnerability. But Jordan's smile grounded him. Then, the confrontation. Mark cornered them at the bar. What the hell? You're turning my wedding into a statement. Reese stood tall. No, we're just being us. Mark's face reddened. You always have to ruin things. Dad's furious. The words cut deep, resurrecting old wounds. Ruin? I've been the one ruined by you. Jordan interjected. Maybe it's time to grow up, Mark. Mark laughed bitterly. Stay out of it. The exchange drew eyes, tension thickening. Reese walked away, finding solace in the garden. Why does his approval matter? Because he's family. Blood that's poisoned me. Jordan found him. You okay? Reese shook his head. This was a mistake. But even as he said it, a shift occurred, realizing the mistake was hiding for so long. The evening wore on, revelations brewing. An aunt pulled Reese aside. I'm proud of you. Not everyone is like Mark. Her words pierced the armor, stirring hope amid the pain. But Mark wasn't done. During speeches, he ad-libbed. To my brother, may he find his way. Patronizing. Infuriating. Reese's resolve hardened. No more. As guests departed, Dad approached hesitantly.
Son.
This Jordan seems nice. The olive branch was tentative but real. Reese's emotions surged, relief, anger, confusion. Is this change? Or temporary? The night ended with uncertainty, the reckoning just beginning. The aftermath hit like a hangover, but without the alcohol, raw, unrelenting. Back in New York, Reese replayed the wedding in his mind, each moment a dagger. Mark's parting shot as they left. Don't expect an invite to the christening. It was meant to wound, and it did. Why does he hate me so much? Jealousy? Fear? Reese tossed in bed, Jordan sleeping beside him. The trip had bonded them, but at a cost. Exposing cracks in Reese's psyche he thought were healed. Work became a refuge, but even there, distractions loomed. An email from Mom arrived. We need to talk. About everything. Vague, ominous. Reese ignored it, but guilt gnawed. She's trying, maybe, or setting a trap. Jordan noticed his withdrawal. Talk to me, Reese. Over dinner, it spilled out. I feel like I betrayed myself by going. Gave them power again. Jordan's eyes softened. No, you took power back. Dancing with me? That was you. But Reese's inner voice countered. Was it bravery or begging for scraps? Then the betrayal deepened. A call from Sarah. Hey, check social media. Your brother's post. Reese's stomach dropped. Mark had shared wedding photos, captioning one of him and Reese. Family reunions, always interesting. Brotherly love, growth mindset. Comments flooded in, sympathetic to Mark, pitying Reese. One from a cousin. Proud of you for including him, Mark. Including? Like I'm a charity case. Rage boiled. He called Mark, voice shaking. What the hell? Using me for likes. Mark laughed. Lighten up. It's good PR, shows I'm progressive. Progressive? You're a hypocrite. The argument escalated. You invited me to mock me, Reese shouted. Mark's tone turned cold. You showed up with your whatever. Ruined the vibe. Boyfriend, Reese corrected. And we didn't ruin anything. You did with your bigotry. Silence. Then Mark. Dad's will is being revised. Just FYI. The threat landed like a punch. Money? That's his weapon now? Reese hung up, trembling. He's cutting me out. For being me. Jordan held him as he broke. He's scum. But Reese's thoughts spiraled. Is this my fault? For pushing back? The family fortune, tied to Dad's real estate empire, had always been Mark's domain. But Reese had a stake. Losing it meant more than cash. It was erasure. Nights blurred into anxiety-fueled insomnia. What if Jordan leaves? This drama's too much. But Jordan stayed, his patience a lifeline. We're building our own life, he said. Yet doubt whispered. At what cost to him? A week later, Dad called. Reese, come home. Chicago. We need a family meeting. The command irked, but curiosity won. About what? Everything. Reese agreed, but insisted Jordan come. If he's not welcome, neither am I. Dad hesitated. Fine. The flight was tense, Reese's mind a battlefield. This could be reconciliation. Or ambush. Arriving at the family home, a stately mansion in the suburbs, stirred memories. Childhood laughter, then teenage isolation. Mom hugged him tightly. I've missed you. Dad shook Jordan's hand awkwardly. Mark was there, Emily absent. The living room felt like a courtroom. Dad started. This wedding opened eyes. Mark, you were out of line. Mark scoffed. Me? He paraded his lifestyle. Reese's fury ignited. Lifestyle? It's who I am. Jordan squeezed his hand. The discussion turned heated. Mom confessed. I was wrong, pushing you to change. But society. Reese interrupted. Society? Or your fear? Tears flowed. Dad admitted regrets. I failed you both. But Mark doubled down. This is PC nonsense. He'll drag our name down. The words exposed the rift. Mark's ambition versus Reese's authenticity. Why can't he see me as equal? Because then he'd lose control. Betrayal peaked when Mark revealed emails. Private ones Reese sent years ago, begging for acceptance. See? He's always been dramatic. Reese's world tilted. You hacked me? Mark shrugged. Family shares everything. The violation shattered trust. You're a monster, Reese whispered. Jordan stood. We're leaving. But Mom pleaded. Stay. Fix this. They stayed, but the night was agony. Alone with Jordan, Reese wept. He betrayed me again. Inner conflict raged. Forgive for peace? Or cut ties for sanity? Morning brought more. Dad pulled Reese aside. I'm changing the will, equal shares. Mark overheard, exploding. For him? After everything. The fight revealed Mark's insecurity. Fearing Reese's deviance tainted his image. Reese confronted him privately. Why hate me? Mark's mask cracked. Because you chose weakness. I built an empire, you chose this. Love isn't weakness, Reese countered. Mark stormed out, leaving fractures. As they left, Mom whispered, "Give him time." But Reese wondered, time for what? More pain? Back home, the emotional toll mounted. Jordan suggested therapy. "We can't carry this alone." Reese resisted at first, admitting need felt like defeat, but agreed. Sessions unearthed layers. Abandonment fears, internalized homophobia. Each revelation hurt, but healed. Yet Mark's shadow lingered. A leaked article. Tech CEO's family drama. Gay brother sparks feud. Mark's doing, no doubt. Public scrutiny amplified shame. Is privacy too much to ask? Friends rallied, but isolation crept. Jordan's support wavered once. "This is exhausting." The admission stung. "Am I worth it?" Reese's self-doubt peaked, questioning every choice. But in vulnerability, strength emerged. He wrote a letter to Mark. "Your hate won't define me." Sending it felt liberating, terrifying. The reckoning intensified, emotions rawer than ever. Change was coming, but at a steeper price. The letter ignited the powder keg. Mark's response was a voicemail. "You think you're the victim? You've always played that card." Reese listened, fists clenched, as Jordan rubbed his back. "Victim? I fought for every scrap of dignity." The words fueled a firestorm inside, years of suppression erupting. He blocked Mark's number, but the damage seeped in. Social media buzzed with speculation, turning private pain public. Strangers debated, is the CEO homophobic? Or is the brother attention-seeking? Each comment chipped at Reese's resolve. "Why must I justify my existence?" Work suffered. Designs blurred through tears. His boss noticed. "Take time off." But time off meant more rumination. Jordan urged action. "Confront the family narrative." Reese nodded, but fear paralyzed. "What if I lose them forever?" The thought evoked grief, mourning a family that never truly was. Therapy helped unpack it. Your worth isn't their validation. Yet sessions left him raw, emotions amplified. Then the ultimate betrayal. A package arrived, anonymously, from Mark. Inside, old photos of Reese as a teen, defaced with slurs. Jordan gasped. "This is criminal." Reese stared, numb at first, then shattered. He crossed a line. Childhood memories twisted into weapons. Why such venom? Insecurity? Or pure malice? He called the police, but hesitated filing. Family. The word tasted bitter. Mom called. Frantic. Mark spiraling. The boards questioning him. Good, Reese thought viciously. Let him pay. But guilt followed. Am I becoming like him? Seeking revenge? Dad intervened via video. "Son, he's sorry. Stress from work." Excuses. Always excuses. "No," Reese said. "Not this time." Hanging up felt empowering, but hollow. Jordan's patience frayed. "I support you. But this is consuming us." The confession hit hard. "I'm dragging him down." That night, they argued, first real fight. "You shut me out," Jordan yelled. "I need you present." Reese retreated inwardly. He's right.
I'm toxic.
But vulnerability won. "I'm scared you'll leave." Jordan softened. "I won't. But we fix this together." Reconciliation deepened their bond. But the strain lingered. A turning point, Reese went public. An op-ed in a queer magazine. My brother's wedding. A story of hate and hope. Writing it was cathartic, pouring out the pain. Publication brought backlash. Mark sued for defamation, claiming exaggeration. The lawsuit amplified everything. Court dates loomed, lawyers probing wounds. Why fight? To silence me. Reese's determination grew, but so did exhaustion. Sleepless nights. Is truth worth the war? Family divided. Mom sided quietly with Reese, sending supportive texts. Dad wavered, torn between sons. A secret meeting with Mom in a Chicago cafe. "I regret not protecting you." Tears flowed. "Why now?" Reese asked. "Seeing you with Jordan. It woke me." The admission stirred mixed emotions. Gratitude, resentment, forgiveness, possible but not easy. Mark's empire cracked. Investors pulled back amid scandal. A board meeting ousted him temporarily. He called Reese, desperate. You happy now? Ruined me. Reese's heart ached unexpectedly.
No.
But you started this. Mark's voice broke. I was scared. Of change. Vulnerability from him? Shocking. Scared I'd eclipse you? Reese probed. Silence. Maybe. The call ended ambiguously, planting seeds of doubt. Is redemption real? Or manipulation? The trial approached, emotions at fever pitch. Jordan stood firm. End it on your terms. Reese prepared testimony, reliving traumas. The courtroom was sterile, but the stakes visceral. Mark on the stand. I love my brother, but he twisted facts. Lies. Reese's turn. Love? You humiliated me. The judge dismissed the case, free speech. Victory, but Pyrrhic. Media frenzy intensified. Post-trial, Reese collapsed emotionally. Therapy intensified. You've survived. Now thrive. But thriving felt distant. Jordan proposed. Let's elope. Our way. The idea sparked joy amid chaos. Planning it secretly, away from family eyes. Yet, invitations tempted to mom, dad. Risky. Mom accepted. Dad declined. Mark ignored. The small ceremony in a Brooklyn park was intimate, friends, no fanfare. Vows exchanged. Rings slipped on. I choose you, always. Jordan's words healed fissures. But as they danced, Reese's mind wandered. Did I sacrifice too much? Family ties severed, but self-reclaimed. Repercussions followed. Mark's apology letter. I was wrong. Can we talk? Reese debated endlessly. Respond? Ignore? Inner conflict peaked. Hate versus healing. Jordan advised. Your choice. Choosing forgiveness tentatively, they met in neutral territory, a coffee shop. Mark looked diminished. I envied your freedom. Admission raw. Freedom? It cost everything. Tears from both. A fragile truce formed. But trust? Shattered. Emotions overwhelmed. Relief, sorrow, anger intertwined. Reese reflected. The price of authenticity is steep, but worth it? The question haunted. Healing was a myth. It was more like scar tissue, tougher but forever marked. Months after the truce, Reese tested boundaries. A family dinner invitation from mom. Just us four. Plus Jordan. Mark agreed reluctantly. The drive to Chicago was silent torture. What if it's a facade? Jordan sensed it. We can turn back. But Reese pressed on. Need to know. The table was set with care, but tension crackled. Small talk faltered. Dad raised a glass. To new beginnings. Clinks echoed hollowly. Mark avoided eye contact at first. How's married life? He asked eventually. Good, Reese replied warily. Yours. Challenging. Emily had left amid the scandal, another casualty. Sympathy flickered, but Reese quashed it. He caused his own mess. Conversation turned personal. Mom broached. We should have supported you sooner. Regret laced her words. Reese's throat tightened. Why didn't you? Dad sighed. Fear. Tradition. Mark interjected. I fueled it. Sorry. The apology felt genuine this time, but Reese's inner storm raged. Sorry doesn't erase years of torment. Forgiveness? A choice, not obligation. As dessert arrived, old wounds reopened. Mark mentioned the will. I pushed Dad to cut you out. Petty. Reese's anger surged. Petty? It was cruel. Jordan gripped his hand under the table. Mark nodded. Yeah, I saw you as a threat to the image. Image over humanity. The realization deepened Reese's pain. You sacrificed me for status. Tears welled. Mom cried too. Dad looked broken. The evening unraveled into confessions. Mark admitted therapy. Learning I'm the problem. Reese shared his own sessions. Vulnerability bridged gaps, but doubts lingered. Is this real change or survival tactic? Leaving, Reese hugged Mom tightly. Dad patted his back awkwardly. Mark offered a handshake, progress, perhaps. Back home, emotions crashed. Jordan held him. Proud of you. But Reese wept. It hurts more now, knowing they could have chosen differently. The what-ifs tormented. A supportive family? Who would I be? Therapy dissected it. Grieve the loss. Embrace the now. Mark's actions post-dinner. Donating to LGBTQ causes. Publicly.
PR.
Or sincerity. Reese watched warily. A joint interview request. Brothers reunited. He declined. Not ready. Boundaries set, but isolation eased. Then the ultimate test. Dad's health scare, a heart attack. Hospital vigil united them. Mark at bedside. I love you, Dad. Reese echoed, including Jordan in prayers. Crisis humanized. Dad recovered, whispering to Reese. Proud of you both. Both? Including Mark? Ambiguity stung. Recovery dinners fostered tentative bonds. Mark opened up. Losing Emily woke me. Loneliness sucks. Reese empathized unexpectedly. Yeah, but you chose it. Mark nodded. Learning. Shared pain forged understanding. But Reese's guard remained. Trust rebuilds slowly. Jordan's role evolved, mediator, anchor. This family's messy, but yours. Reese reflected. Messy beats absent. Yet societal shadows loomed. Friends questioned. Forgive that fast? Reese pondered. Is forgiveness weakness or strength? A year on, equilibrium fragile. Holiday gathering. All together, no explosions. Laughter even. But undercurrents, subtle jabs, unspoken regrets. Reese's inner monologue. Progress, but imperfect. The price? Emotional exhaustion, but growth. Mark launched a diversity initiative at his reinstated company. Reese consulted anonymously. Collaboration. Healing. Yet, doubts persisted. A late-night call from Mark. Thanks for giving me a chance. Reese's response. Earn it. Hanging up. Emotions overwhelmed. Hope mingled with caution. The journey taught. Love demands sacrifice, but whose? Reese's final reflection. In choosing truth, I lost illusions, gained self. But was it right? Was it morally right for Reese to expose his family's flaws publicly, even if it led to their awakening? Or should personal battles remain private to avoid collateral damage?